Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today's video is VR. It's 21 tarot questions. I think this VR is from Lisa Papez, if I'm not wrong. I'm very late to the party. I apologize. I will always be late to any VRs out there. I love to watch them, but also every time I feel like to make a video about VRs, like if something happen and I'm very busy and I just can't just record or anything. So anyways, I'm late to the party. Before to start the video, I want to apologize too because so my first language is Spanish. So I'm gonna try to speak English. My English is not the best, obviously. I will try, so hard to like don't sound so silly or mispronunciate things. So yeah, so let's start it, okay? So I already have my notes here, so I don't wanna get lost. And the first prompt or the first question is what is the deck they will have to pry out of your cold dead hands? So for this question, I have two decks to show you. Okay, I'm gonna show you one independent deck, and the other is Mass Market. And the independent version, my soul deck is the Black Lily Tarot. And yeah, before this, before I used to work, before before to work with this deck, that's what I meant, sorry. I think my soul deck was the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. But then I start working with this deck, and surprisingly, it just kicked out of the top, of the ride or die situation, the Bohemian Tarot. Like, I still love it. I still in love with that deck, but this one is the one that I just connect so much in a way that I can even explain it. It's like I know this deck since long, like I think even before to look at the artwork. This is the number one. If I just have to grab one deck from my entire collection, this is the one I'm grabbing. I love the size. I love the color palette. I love the artwork. And surprisingly, this deck. Before I never felt drawn to modern artwork, and I don't know what happened, but this artwork is just everything to me. It's like I don't know. It was like magic. We just connect. It's like my soul deck. That's why I call this deck my soul deck. So that's why is this um you have to pry out of my cold dead hands this deck, because this is the one. This is it. So now I'm gonna show you the Mass Market version. There is also my soul deck, and the Mass Market soul deck for me is this Murder of Crow Tarot. I love this deck so much. Oops, I edged red, as you see. So I consider myself more drawn to dark energy, dark decks. And this is it. I was not sure if to grab this one or the vampire tarot. I those two for me are very special. But I think this one goes more deeper. Um, and I cannot live without this deck. This is a very personal deck. I will never use this deck to any other person, like just for myself. I use this deck just for myself. But I love the artwork. I love the darkness. I love the way you speak to me. And yeah, so this is my ride or die mass market version deck that I will always have to have on my collection no matter what, because again it happens the same thing with the lily tarot I showed you before. When I start playing with this, I felt like we know each other since hundreds years before. Is something that usually doesn't happen so often. You know, I have so many decks on my collection, and I don't feel them like the same connection, like deep connection with all of my decks. I think they talk to me and they have different energies, but this one especially, it just, I can't even explain it, like, to be honest. The way they make me feel. Um, yeah, so this is the Murder of Crows tarot. Next question is, what's your guilty pleasure deck? My guilty pleasure deck was this year the Serpent and Peacock tarot deck, because I couldn't resist. These are the backs, and it's gilded like a matte gilded. You guys, I couldn't resist the artwork, and I had it on my wish list since they released the first edition of this. But when I saw this borderless version of the deck of this deck, I just couldn't resist. It's just like I know I supposed to, just, I don't know. I was really, I sing, like, to be honest. Yeah, this is an independent deck. You can find it on Etsy. But the artwork is beautiful and is very elegant, is very vintage, is very medieval and it's all I love. It's all I love in one deck, because it has a little bit of everything I love and sort of artwork. It's I just, yeah, this is just beautiful, and the cardstock is amazing. Like, I wish all the creators, like, can make like this type of cardstock. It shuffles like a dream, and believe me, I was not the best shuffle person, but this deck, like, I shuffle like a pro, I swear. So this is the deck that I feel kind of, guilty about it, but I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it. It's a little pricey, but it's very, I love this Queen of Swords. So yeah. Next question is, what's the deck you wish existed? So for that one, I wish it could exist like a Corpse Bride deck. Like, I know they, and like someone released, they already tarot decks like with Disney theme, or even with the Nightmare of Christmas deck. There are a few decks that has that sort of Tim Burton type of artwork, but I truly wish someday they release a deck with the Corpse Bride artwork, because I love that movie and I think it could be so I will be the happiest person if they release a deck with that artwork, Corpse Bride artwork. And I think I find something that is kind of close to that. This is a deck. I don't remember the name of this deck, but it has kind of the same vibe. Is very new in my collection. Again, I'm gonna show you the backs. These are the backs. And it has that Tim Burton vibe, but I really wish someday they release a deck with the Corpse Bride artwork. So this is the one now that is the closest thing I have to that kind of energy. I love it. I haven't playing with it because, like I said, I got this, I think, almost 2 weeks ago, and I haven't have time to play with this deck, but I will soon start using it. Yeah. So I love, like I said before, I consider myself a dark lover lady. Everything that is gothic, everything that is dark, I want to have. So yeah. So I don't know if this is gonna replace my Dark Mansion Tarot that I also have. Is this one? I don't know if this is gonna kick out of this one. I need to just work and see what is gonna happen after I work with this deck. But yeah, so this is a very when I saw it, it kind of reminds me of Corpse Bride, and yeah, and you know, a little bit. It's just maybe my silly idea, but I love it so much. So yeah. So yeah. So next question is, what deck would you give to a new reader? So I will give to a new reader something like this, a little oracle, something that is simple, but also you know, easy to read and like easy to get the message, like this deck. You know, I think, like, if I'm not sure what type of artwork that person like or anything like that, so I think it's easy for me to kind of get an oracle that, you know, it has that neutral energy, and it can be used for different things, for rituals or for just an everyday card. Something easy, I think. And I love this tiny making magic oracle for that. Or for sure I will give to a new reader, but just a original system, tarot system, like, or maybe Rider-Waite-Smith copy, like this ethereal vision tarot that is so beautiful, but also is a Rider-Waite-Smith clone, because yeah, it's easy that way, right? So I think I will do that. This deck especially is very beautiful, and it has that neutral energy that works for everybody. It gives you that message in a clean way that you won't be confused or anything like that. It follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, and there is no mistake with this type of decks. So yeah. So next question is, what deck do you want to get along with, but it just never click? So it's very sad. I'm very sad because for this prompt I have two decks to show you. And these are the Cosmic Slumber Tarot and the Grunge Tarot. I don't know why. I wish I can know, but I have the Cosmic Slumber since they released it. I was very, very happy and excited to get this deck. And I just... okay, every time I try to make readings with this deck, it is like it doesn't talk to me. I edge it in pink. I love the color palette of this deck. I love everything about it. I love the artwork. And for some reason, I get lost with a few cards. I think the 4s and 5s from this deck, they don't... When I grab those 4 or 5 cards, minors, or yeah, so something happened. It's like I stopped the reading for some reason. I don't know. I can't explain it. I love it so much. I wanted it to love it and use it, and like now it's on my declutter box, and I just never use it as I thought I was going to use it. I don't know why, and I couldn't connect with this type of... I don't know. I can't even explain it because the artwork is so beautiful. I love the color palette, everything about it. And it's so sad that it doesn't talk to me. And then I put it away for a little, and then I try to grab it and pull one card in the morning sometimes. And I think grabbing one card, I'm okay. But for do a like regular reading, I cannot. So then I put it away. Okay. Well, to be honest, I put it on the declutter box because I do have my declutter box. And I put it there. Okay. And then I saw this this release. This is a very new release on Amazon. It's the Grunge Tarot, and it kind of give me the same kind of excitement because the color palette, and it's a little bit different. Of course, the artwork is more like 70 vibes, like a musician 70 situation. And so then I thought maybe if I try this one, I will be happy to let go the the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. And I like it more. Okay, I do like it more than the other one. But I don't know. Again, I cannot connect because I don't know if I was maybe expecting too much from this deck or what, but I just I cannot. Oh my gosh, and I feel so bad because I truly wanted it to love it, and I mean both decks. I wanted to love both decks, but I couldn't. This one I like it a little better, and I can read it a little bit better than the other one. But I need to take a little bit more time with this maybe. I just that we just don't like each other. I don't know how can I explain it. So yeah, I'm very disappointment with myself, not even with the deck, because I truly wanted to love this deck, and I love this star card. And I love the color palette too. It's like I love the color palette of this deck. So maybe this one isn't the maybe pile because I do have a maybe space on my collection, like where, like, like I wait until I finally decide if I'm gonna declare the deck or not. But yeah, so this is one of those that now isn't the maybe will leave my collection because I don't know, I cannot connect with this deck at all. So I don't know what is gonna happen in the future. I let you know in future videos what happened with this deck and myself. So yeah. Next question is, what deck do you only keep for the art? I don't want to keep things just for the artwork or because the art, like I said with the past two decks I show you, I love the artwork for them, from them, but I just don't want to keep them just to have them in the dust. Okay, I always try to move away the decks I see I stop using them. And yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna, or is I don't think my plan is having something just for collecting. I don't think that is gonna happen. So next question is, what deck did you buy because everybody else did? And the deck is the Mystical Moments. So I had this on my wish list for a very long time. And the reason why I was stopping myself to don't get it was because I had the Dreamskeeper. Is that called? Yeah, Dream. I have it here. I have the Dream Keeper's Tarot. So this is a little bit darker. The energy is sort of more like, dark than the Mystical Moments. So like I said before, I love dark decks, and so that's the reason why I stopped myself for a while, and I was kind of refusing to buy this one. But then I look at everywhere almost, this deck was very popular and I couldn't resist. So someday I saw it in it was like with discount, and I took advantage and I got it. So it's a mass market deck, and it was cheap, and everybody everybody has it. So I think I couldn't. Yeah, I got kind of FOMO with this one, and I didn't regret. I didn't regret. This is a very beautiful deck. I'm glad I took the risk because I love it so much. So yeah. Next question is, what deck is over your head or just baffled you? I have two. I think one is Miss Market and is the Bosch Tarot, and indie the indie tarot that is over my head is, I think, the rain. I don't know if it's called the rain tarot. I think so. Yeah, but I am okay. I just don't wanna. I'm trying to don't collect things, so I'm waiting, for me to play with what I have and enjoy what I have. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get those or what happened in the future, but I try to for myself to don't buy things if I don't really need them. So next question is, what deck surprised you? Oh my gosh, you guys, this deck, this is, I can't even. Oh my gosh, this deck is my top one deck, mass market at the moment. I mean, new. If I'm talking about a new deck, this is not a soul deck, but this is the Fifth Spirit Tarot, and this deck is just surprise me, surprise me. I love it. I truly, these are the backs. I love this deck so much. So I was in the hunt for a modern deck, because I'm planning to make a video and I want to include some modern decks, but I was not sure because I'm not very into modern decks. They're all, but this one surprised me. I mean, it's a little bit peepish on the peepish side, but I love everything about this deck. The energy is soft, but it's very clear. It's a very clear reader. Like, I cannot even explain it. And I love so much the type of artwork. I love this. I think the reason why I got this deck was because I saw in a review the strange card that has a pit bull. I hope it come up. And obviously, because I have a pit bull, I have a baby that is a pit bull. I mean, he's not a baby, but he's still my baby. He's an old guy, actually. And when I saw that card, I said, "Oh my god!" It reminds me of me and him, and I say, "Yeah, that's us." So I wanted to get it, and I mean, it surprised me because I end up loving everything about it, and that's why I'm surprised because like it's very weird that like I connect that, instantly connection with the deck. Is usually like doesn't happen so often, but with this deck happens. So I'm looking for the strength card and it's not coming up. Yeah, it's probably gonna be at the end of the deck. Everything, I love every single card. Like I said, even though this is like a kind of a minimalist deck, but I don't care. This is a very clear reader, and it's not like it doesn't give you the message like in a hard way. It's not in the kick. It won't kick your face or butt by any way, but like it will tell you the truth. Oh, this is the card. This is me and my dog. I'll show you. Hi. Hi. How you doing, sweetheart? I love you. Yes, I know you love me. Yeah. So next question is, what deck doesn't really work for you? Will you keep it because it's a collectible? So like I said, I'm not trying to collect anything, but I think the only one I might keep because the artwork is just beautiful and It's hard for me to say it, but yeah, it's true. This Botanica Tarot is everything botanicals, as you see. So I don't know, oops. I don't know nothing about botanicals or flowers, but I do love this beautiful and amazing style and type of artwork. It's just everything. I think if I sound funny, but I don't want to collect decks. To be honest, I'm trying to don't become a collector, and it's hard. Okay, but I think if I just have to keep one in that way, is like for collectible reasons. I'm thinking about this one. Okay, because the artwork is so beautiful and yeah. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I use it just, like for a everyday, you know, I draw just one card, like, and that's it. But it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful deck. Like this is Two of Pentacles, and I think it could be hard for like a full reading. But yeah. So I don't know yet. So next question is, what deck is your favorite gilded deck? And I already told you before, is the Serpent and Picot Tarot. I love everything about this deck, the gilding and the cardstock and everything. But if I have to choose like mass market version, I think it could be the Fyodor Pavlov tarot, because yeah, it's a very nice gilded, and I'm not very fan of gilding, but this one I think from a mass market is good to me. So yeah. So next question is, what deck do you love but hate the cardstock? And this was very easy. I have this one. It's a mass market version. I don't know how it's called. Now that I remember, these are the bags. I love this type of artwork, you guys. But as you see, it's a very chunky, thick, chunky deck. And I'm sure I will use it way more if the cardstock were easy to shuffle. It's impossible. And also the size is like an oracle size. So yeah, so there are two reasons why, I love this deck so much, but the cardstock is killing me. It's like, yeah. I don't know why they do that, to be honest. This is a French deck. The name of this deck is Ramours Étranges. Ramoures Étranges. I'm sorry for the bad pronunciation, but I don't speak French. Ramoures Étranges. So, oh, by the way, did you see this Queen of Swords? I find out that this Queen of Swords has my tattoo. I have this tattoo on me. I'll show you. I have it. It's the same one. I don't know if it's too hard to see, but yeah, it's the same tattoo. So it's another reason why I love it so much, but the cardstock is not very good. And the independent version that I don't like the cardstock is this one that is called Tissue, something like that, Tissue. I'm trying to check. I don't know. I think it's called Tissue Taro. The creator is annieferrar.com. So anyways, this deck is just impossible to shuffle. As you see, it's already like shifting. I don't know how can I pronounce the right word for look. It's just bad. I don't know if this still in print, but if the creator of the artist of this deck released a better cardstock, for sure I'm gonna grab a new copy because I love so much the artwork. It's a very medieval collage artwork, and I love everything about it, but I don't love the cardstock. The cardstock made me angry, so yeah. So I hope Annie Ferrar released a better cardstock from this deck. So next question, what deck gives you the willies? So this is a funny one for me because I never expect that fairies like this one, like this deck, this is an oracle. This give me the willies. I don't know why I never expect that, but they scares me. They truly scares me. I do have my Triunfi de la Luna. I do have all the creator of Patrick Valencia decks. I do have so many creepy decks, and any of them gave me the willies, but this one does. Like this one, like this guy scares me for sure. There are a few cards that like, oh my gosh, like I'm afraid to like, if they come out, like I don't know, you guys. And I never expected. And like this guy. Oh my god, like this one. Yeah, so I think this one is the heart of a fairy and is an auto print deck, but I think in Amazon there is another version of this one that is still, like on sale. But I stopped myself to get that one because it's the same thing, and this deck give me the willies. So I don't want too many with that energy. So this one is enough for me. So look at this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they scares me, guys. Look at this guy. Okay. What's my favorite deck for shadow work? So 90% of my collection is a dark theme collection, so I can use any of those decks. So I don't know. I can ask that question because I can use any of them, right? Especially because they are shadowy and spooky and all that, like, and I know for shadow work, like, not necessarily you need a spooky deck or a dark deck for working with shadow work, but I can use my entire collection for that. I don't know. I guess. Yeah. Next question is, what deck do you love in theory but not in practice? And I think it's the She-Wolf. This is a deck that it makes you slow down. Okay, so obviously it's not a everyday deck. I work with this deck once a month sometimes, and I never grab more than 3 cards from this deck because it's a deck that needs time to, it needs time for you to get to know it. At least is how I feel it, okay? I know maybe for some other people it could be different, but for me, this is the deck that makes me slow down with my feminine energy. And yeah, so that's where I put this deck in this prompt. I cannot, make readings every day or like in a regular basis like any other of my decks, but I still in love with everything about this deck. So this is a deck that it has to be on my collection, but it has a specific purpose for it, And next question is also for me, okay, what deck would you never use for someone else? I think this one, I already, this is not a everyday reader. I don't think I will never use this deck for, read for other people or try to make a regular reading with this deck. It's a very, very special deck in so many ways and also has its own system. So I don't know. I don't think I will never use this deck for anybody else. And the next question is, what deck would you never use for yourself? So if I'm not able to use the deck for myself, or I don't think I will never buy a deck if I cannot use it for myself. So yeah, I think that question I can answer because, most of my decks are specific for working for myself. So if someday I see a deck that I feel like I would never maybe read with that, so I would never buy it. What deck could you not bring yourself to buy? I wish I can have the Black Madonna deck. It's beautiful in so many ways. It's just beautiful, but for me right now it's impossible to get because it's one of the most expensive decks out there, and I'm mother of 2 kids and also 2 dogs, and for me that range of price is too high. So but I of course I know it worth the cost, but right now I can't. What's your favorite pip deck? I think this one is the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot. This is a system I am I'm trying to learn, and I love the artwork. So this is one of my very favorite pip decks, Marseille, for sure. I think I just have 3 Marseille system tarot decks. But from all of 3, this is the one I'm been loving the most, for sure. And the other one I have is this one. That was my very first one of my very first tarot decks from all the time, and is the Fabule Tarot, sorry. So this is a pip deck, like as you see. And that didn't stop me to get it because I love the artwork. I love everything about it, and I use it so much. Like this is being loved and very well used too. So yeah, this is the Fabule Tarot. What deck slaps you with the truth? So this one, the Reclaim Oracle. This deck surprised me in that way. I never expect from this deck to be a kick on the butt. And this deck will take you where you are, even if you don't like it so much. So yeah, this is the one. And it's an oracle, so yeah, I never expect that, but here it is. I think all my decks slap me with a two, but this one is one of the kind of more, hard to speak when it tells me the truth. When it's kind of, I don't know, I find out that, but like, most of my decks usually do that. So next question is, what's the deck that got away? I don't have it anymore. I used to have it and now I don't have it. It is the Tarot de la Nude. Tarot de la Nude. I had it for so many years and I love it so much, and then I start kind of not hated it, but I just never like the Queen of Wands from that deck, and some just one day just throw it on the garbage. I kind of regret, and I might get it again. I don't know yet. I don't know what is gonna happen, but yeah. So I think that's the 21 tarot questions. So thank you so much if you watch this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.